video. This guy, he wants to see some more information, try to get some more detail in it. But so we're gonna go deliver to this one's a Sam's Club, and we're gonna deliver to it, and it's a little different. The other one had a box, so you really couldn't see the lids. This store has 2 regulars, 1 premium, so then you'll be able to see it and try to get a little bit more detail and how to haul this fuel. One thing I like to do when I'm driving, I like to get into the lane that I'm gonna be in at least 2 miles before I'm gonna make that decision, before I'm gonna make that turn. Or it's always better to be in the lane that's not merging to, especially like in Arizona. If you get merged into, you're automatically not at fault. So it's a good idea just to make decisions way before, not too much, because you don't want to be in that action lane too long either. But 2 miles before is it's pretty good. Station's right over there, just right that direction. If the camera angle is good, if you can see that I pointed at anything. Turn the Jakes on. The last video, there was a guy, he said he was a mechanic, and he said that putting the Jakes on are bad. But I used to work for a company doing LTL and refrigerated LTL, and they would go through the brakes so fast that they said, hey, you guys need to use the Jakes. It doesn't hurt the engine, doesn't do anything. But I'm sure if you just try to redline that thing with the Jakes on, it'll be pure destruction. But no, this is serious, man. Like, hauling fuel, it's a big deal. Like, you need to know. Usually when it's a store that I've never been to before, I go on Google Maps and I look at it, zoom in on it, because you can see, if you zoom in, sometimes do the street view, and you see where the drops are at, because we have to unload from the passenger side no matter what on this trailer. There are some trailers where they got they're manifolded and they got the delivery heads on that side, and but my trailer, everything's on this side. So I always look, ask questions to other drivers. Hey, you've been to this store, where the drops at, what kind of tanks do they have? That's important, because then you know what you're getting into. But even call the store. When I used to do LTL, man, I would call the place and I would ask them, how do you get in? Because we were using Thomas Guides, Rand McNally's, and stopping to get a paper map. Google Maps made things a lot easier. Always follow that trailer. It's a big deal, man. Always follow that trailer. Remember when I was getting my license, we went to we did the skills test in Ontario, California, and there was one of the instructors, she would fail you if you didn't look through that mirror or you got too far away. She wanted you to be as close as possible so no car could fit in there, otherwise she would fail you. I've been coming here. I used to deliver to the it Sprouts? I think it was Sprouts or Whole Foods. So right here, when I was doing LTL, so I've been coming through here a long time. Yeah, it's kind of weird having this camera on my head. You know, it's kind of like you think people, they're looking at you and start judging you, but who cares, man? I gotta make these videos for you guys because I know you guys gotta see it. People want to know. The more information you have, the better. The guy that trained me, man, he was pounding me with information. He was like, I know it's a lot. I was like, no, just give it to me. He was pretty much telling me all the mistakes he's made. He's seen people do, what they say when they what they were thinking when they did it. So I was like, no, give it to me, because I'm gonna need that. My turn. All right. Close to that curve. So the station's right there, where all those cars are at. Oh, I got dispatch calling me. I'll call him right now. I just want to show you guys how I pull in here. So this one's pretty tight, so we're gonna take it a little wide, make sure nobody's right there. I'm trying to cut into the right. Usually put my hazards on just so people know I'm gonna do some weird stuff. And but what we're gonna do, we're gonna go in there, pull out at an angle and back in. I'm gonna get my trailer tires near that red lid right there, that premium. So we're gonna pull in and we're gonna take it slow because they want to pass on the left. So we're gonna go, we're gonna look. See, he's gonna want to go. No, he's gonna go in the station. So we're gonna start pulling out. We're gonna block this thing. I'm gonna let this truck pass. See, there's a car on the left side already. He's gonna want to go, but I gotta get in here. You might want to pass on the right. And then he went around. That's what they usually do too. Good. So we're gonna back in, and I already know where to park. Oh, my man, he's here. He's gonna be hanging out. So this video might not even be posted. And I'm gonna get my drive tire, my rear drive tire near the corner of the concrete, and I can reach everything right there. All right, I'll be back. All right, hope the view is good. He usually hangs out, but he took off. So I'm gonna show you guys. See, I put that, I know that rear drive tire right there, and everything's gonna reach. So first thing I always do, because of the line, I do this, take the straps off because I'm gonna use that. Lift this bar up, because that locks everything in. Let's get the bucket out. And just to get it out. And I got beside myself because he was here. I already checked this, but Right Store, according to, we have an app, you might have something different, but the Right Store, the regular is going to fit. It'll hold 6,176 in tank 1. And how you could tell the tanks, this one is tank 1's regular, tank 2's regular, tank 3 is premium. So if tank 3 is premium, that means this is tank 1, 2, and 3 is over there. So tank 1 will hold 6,176, tank 2 will hold 6,165, and it shows right here 90% ullage, and that's the maximum you want to take a tank to. And then we look at the app, make sure, same, you know, Right Store, no water, everything fits. The loading number, check the loading number is correct, full load or regular. And I'm gonna start dropping. So lift the bar, get the bucket, and next thing we're going to do is we're going to hook up this stuff right here. So take off the vapor cap. I usually get my screwdriver. Your setup might be different, however you have it. That's what I do. Then I'm gonna get this one. This one, you only need to hook up one vapor. The store has good enough vapor system. See, the last video, they had those boxes you couldn't really see. You see inside there? has a lock, and this one has an ID tag. Nope, it doesn't. But it's white out here, white lid. So we're gonna hook up this. Hook up. I usually stuff that in there so it doesn't fly at the cars. And then we're gonna grab our guns. You can stick the tanks, but I trust their view system enough because I've stuck it enough. And probably should stick it. Now we're gonna open the vapor. You don't want to do that before because it'll blow that vapor out the tank and that hose and have problems. And then this one, get this big hose. All right. Take off this cap, take off this cap. Only the two. Saves a little time. You don't really need to do the other ones right now. And then we're gonna follow the hose. That's a regular going in. Number 3 compartment, not leaking. Good to go. Now let's take off tank 1. Same thing. See, this one has an ID tag. I'll show you. See, it says regular. I don't know if you can see it. Good view. And it's a 12,000. That's not correct. These are like 30,000 now. I don't know if they changed them. They just reused those. Probably did. All right. Get the other big hose. These Continental hoses are nice because this thing's way lighter than the other ones that are just pure orange. These are like $1 more per foot, but these are 4 inches, the other ones are 3 inches. Follow the hose, back to 1. So 1 and 2 are gonna go in this one, and 3 and 4 are gonna go to that one. All right. No leaks, good to go. Take these ones off now. Always wanna take it off. And after you're done, you put them back on so you know you unloaded. Do the paperwork. So just fill it out just like that. Put the inches, the gallons, how much it'll hold. The paperwork at Marathon was pretty close, but it's not exactly the same. But they pretty much, they want to know how much you brought, how much it would hold, how much you delivered, and that there's no water. Then I put the trip or the delivery ticket on here, and always say these. This is your proof that you delivered, because when I worked at Marathon, there was a lady over there named Ruth, and she was the secretary, but she was really the boss because she was there longer than the manager. She was there forever. And but she said sometimes they'll come back, the customer will come back and they'll say, hey, you didn't deliver all of our fuel. Well, all they got to do is subtract the amount that the volume before and the volume after, and it'll give them an idea. Because if they're missing enough, because they're going to be missing some fuel because they're selling fuel, but if you're missing like 3,000, you'll see it. It'll be close, won't be exactly, like it won't show because they're selling fuel. But and so right there, what I did was I circled it. That's what I usually do. It's just me looking at it. If I have unleaded premium diesel, oh man, this thing's all filled out, the weird little circles doing different things. But that's what I do, especially like if I load a CalJet. If I have diesel, I'll circle just the product code over there, and then the premium, and then I just making sure it's obvious. Like, and then what we're gonna do, we're gonna put on here what we put into each tank. So 4612 into tank 2, and tank 1 is 4112. Oh, and then we're gonna put the It's the HTR number, but it's pretty much the bill lady number. And 8650. And this whole time we're listening for the trailer. You'll start timing it. You'll know how long it takes for that compartment to empty. But you're listening for it. You're listening for that noise. Sometimes if it's real loud, you won't be able to hear it. So you really got to just keep on looking at that side glass. And we start at 12:51. Should be done around 1 something. Usually takes me 20 minutes to drop this load in and out. From the time I get here to the time I left. See, hear it? I don't know if you can hear it. It's swooshing. 7-1. Okay, we're gonna come back to this. We're gonna put my pin right here so it doesn't blow away. See, let's look at it. You hear it? You see it? This thing right here, so it has a little bobble in there, so it's telling you it's going down. Some guys, they'll cut it off and then they'll go back to the rack and they'll load on top of that. No, I take everything out. Especially with the flat bottom, you don't want to do that thing. Will fill up. You load on top of that. You don't know if that thing has like 200-300 gallons in there. You never know. You might run out of air. Faulty valve in that tube right there. Let it go all the way out. And you could do 2 things. You could clear it out like this. This one, it's not that full, but there's some stations they don't drain that good. This hose will be full. You got to close it. Always close it. And those stations that they have bad drains, the tube, it'll be full. It'll spill everywhere. And always have that bucket under. Put it on tight. Follow it again. That's important, especially if you have multiple products. Always follow that hose. Put that on. Bucket over here. Look at it. It's still going. Because this one has 27. That one had 18. The one we just moved. So back to paperwork. And we're listening for it. We're listening for that compartment number 1 to finish. 61, 65. No water. Just filling out, put the time we got to the rack, time we left the rack, time we got here, and the time we're gonna leave. That guy's nice. He always brings me water. All right. And then paperwork, that's what I do. I fill it out, put it on the clipboard. This is the one. This is their copy with their bill lady, my copy. And I just confirm it again. Make sure the gross, the net is correct. 8724 gross, 8650 net. That all matches. And then the HTR number or the bill lady number 3713022. That's it. And then we put it on our paperwork. They want to know the same thing, just the gross. Some of them, Marathon, they wanted the net. It's all how they bill them. And so now I'm gonna put, I have my own little trip sheet. So the mileage. Okay, and then the next store, he switched it. It's gonna be a long video, but gives you a real good idea of everything, like of a drop. I'm gonna save it. I know he switched the loads after I put this gross and net in here. See, I just checked because I heard the noise, but it was just that car passing. 24, 8650, 8724, 8650, 3713022. All that's right. And let's go back to the main screen. We see our loads. So we were supposed to have this same store full of the premium, but then he switched it to Scottsdale. So I just get everything ready while I'm waiting, like, because I know, like this right here, it says trip load 4. And carry a whiteout, man, because you're gonna, if they're switching loads around, carry extra bill ladings too, because you need some blank ones. Extra everything, like. So we're going to go, oh, he said he switched, I think it was this load or the next one, but he switched the delivery ticket number and everything, so I'll do that back when I get back to the rack, because I can't select those loads and look at anything. So that's it. See, this one's draining out now. Same thing, it's safer just to clear that hose. Like, I know here it won't do it because it drains good, but depending on how your hose is and how it's cocked and how long it is, especially with diesel, you got to be so careful, because this gas, man, by the time you take a picture and you try to take a picture to send it to the manager, it's gone already. Diesel, it stays there, it stains the ground. Bend your knees, lift it up good, let it drain. And it's still going. Man, there's some customers, man, they'll come out, I'm not gonna name it, but he'll come out and he'll look at it. He's like, you sure? And he's like, oh, there's more. Go back. I need you to go back. There's money right here. Apartment number 2. See, I got distracted right now. I didn't do my little look. I'm talking to you guys. I'm gonna put my screwdriver back. Don't talk to people either. Don't talk to the customers. No eye contact, no nothing, because they'll distract you, and next thing you know, you're putting that diesel on the premium. And that, I've heard that a lot, where people, they say that they're like, oh, I was talking to a customer. No. Trust me. Don't do that. So we're putting load number 4 on that one. See, I could do this right here. Change this right here. So Scottsdale's next. Load number 4, and back here to load number 5. I asked for another one, but man, he said he'll let me know. That when he called me right now, he was gonna ask if I wanted to load. So go back to the truck. Don't leave those drops too long, especially if it's in a bad station, man. You get a station that's really bad, and they'll run over everything. They'll light this station on fire. That's it. Let's just hang out. Just hang out and just wait. So I know this number 2, usually because there's less gallons, it empties first, but here for some reason it drains faster. The number 4 usually empties, and then I'm gonna whip that up there. All right, let's just wait. It's gonna be a long video. Hope you guys enjoy this. Oh, look at that tree. Look how close those branches are. It drives me crazy. Like, scratch the trailer up. And I'm gonna say this, just, you know, when you guys stick the tank, lay that tank on the ground, because it's just, I see a lot of guys, they lean it on the trailer, and man, I wouldn't lean it on the trailer, because it just makes these scratches. Like, it looks ugly too. I don't know why guys do it, but each their own. I know my trailer though, man, my wife and I, we wash this truck and trailer ourselves, like using deionized water. I got a California Duster with extensions that I wipe it down, like trying to keep it like brand new. See, the rear one is going now. See, I got that ear for it. I know what it sounds like. Sound like an ocean wave almost. Shh. See, that one's still going. So we're gonna put the bucket over here. You know, there was a guy, he was delivering to Scottsdale. This guy didn't hook up anything. Hook up vapor, nothing, no bucket. Well, the EPA was watching him and just waiting for him to finish. Just waiting for him to finish. EPA was counting the drops that were touching the ground. You don't want that. Just do it by the book, because somebody's always watching, trust me. Even when I was at Marathon or Western Refining, that's what it was before Marathon bought it. I had corporate. The first year I was out there, they were like, oh, we're from corporate, we're watching you. You did everything by the book. All right. Drain that out. So we're gonna do this same thing as the other ones. Take it off. Hold this thing. Always hold these hoses, man. Super good. Hold it strong. Like don't let it slip out of your hand. What I do, I pick this thing up, open it up, and I makes it easier. Let the hose do the work. Just put it on there. Put it on straight. The other one's empty too now. Put the cap back on, put the lock on. That's it. Let's put this gun away. This one always goes into the second one because the other one has the extension. I just do the same thing. Take this off, put this cap on. And what I do, I grab this thing super strong. I grab this bucket and I put it out the way. Grab this thing really good. Put this hose. Drain that thing good, man. Same thing, put this hose up. Put this on. Put that gun back on. Depending on the cold weather, you get vapor, you get juice in there. So it's a good idea to just drain that out. And it's just sucking air right now. That's not blowing anything out. I'm gonna cap this thing off. We're gonna put this fitting away, lock it, and always do this. You make sure there's one setup where you push this, they pop out. They look like this, but they're black. Don't do that. Pull them out manually. That way you know you had them all open. See, there's even a red thing. See, it's going away, that valve. But I added this little gauge right here. It tells me I have air pressure. It's a huge deal. It's important. You don't have air pressure in a trailer with air valves. It'll close, man. You can't unload. Put these on, lock it up. Put this on. Grab our stuff. You want to be extra safe? Go on here, tap this trailer just like this. You'll know. Go to the rack and start loading. You could. It sounds like that up to 300 gallons, so don't trust it too much. But if these fill up when you're at the rack, you got problems. You got to bucket it off. You look at these things. All of them are at the bottom. Side glasses all look empty. I'm gonna do the number one. Always look back. You don't want to run over your bucket. Really common. All right, let's go over here. Beautiful day. It's like 80 degrees in winter over here in Phoenix. I'll show you guys the Veeder-Root. Show you guys the Veeder-Root, then we'll check out on the truck.
Hello.
Hey Andrew, I'm making a video. Is it alright? You know I am. I'm just gonna show this on there if it's okay.
Yeah.
Alright. So this is the Veeder-Root right here. Shows the tank levels, unlead, premium. And we're gonna print a copy for us. Yeah, I try to help people. I got a channel on there. I made a video the other day and some guy, he was asking him, get into more detail. So I wanted to show it.
That's cool. Just started that recently?
No, been doing it for actually years, but not too serious. It's just more just to help people. I'm not trying to get anything from it except just help people out. But man, I don't know how many years. 10 years, maybe more. I used to have gun videos, and then some trucking stuff. All right, the after gallons, 15.448, 15.594. It's okay if you're in the video?
Yeah, that's
okay. I can blur you out. All right. And get a signature. Leave their copies.
All right.
All right. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. You have a good day.
You too.
Just like that. It's important get his get out of this before I get run over. Hopefully that'll make you dizzy, me running like that and looking everywhere. All right. What I always do, man, I make sure my kingpin, my fifth wheel is locked. Like, I look under there, because you never know, man. Make sure it's locked, and then could check your tires if you want, but I didn't actually drive that far, and I'll check it back at the rack. That's it. So what we're gonna do, we're going to depart from there for paperwork, my collection of Vita roots. You gotta save them. I save them. I put them on paperwork and I save them. So load 4, Scottsdale. Hopefully it's a full load of premium, loading at CalJet because I could double arm it. Yep, this one stayed the same. The last one changed. All right, I'll get out of here, get on the freeway, and then I'll let you guys go. Okay. For you guys that don't have a CDL, very important. Look everywhere. Look down that trailer too. Before you leave, make sure you're not hooked up still. Especially at the loading rack. It's so important. I wish I could show you loading rack videos, but that's so important. You look in that mirror, make sure your bucket's not out there and you're not hooked up, because man, guys have ripped racks down like because they just leave, something happens, they can't get allocation, that means they can't get product, and they leave and it's just destroy that rack. Like you're done. I've got my charging cable. Got my hazards still on. So I was pulling out of there. Got a nice 4Runner. I got a 99 4Runner. This car is the Infiniti. That Nissan. I'm gonna pull out right as soon as someone passes. That's it. That one's done. That premium load's a lot easier. There's only one product, one tank. Takes a lot longer too. We're gonna hop back on the freeway. Clear on the right. I'm gonna wait for these at Sentra. Oh no, got a Kia now. I got a Volkswagen. I'll just wait. Better be patient, be sorry. Got a Subaru coming. So that's the problem with those blind turns. You can't really, you know, just gotta pull out. But man, it's so important, those checks. The system, The system is the most important. Do the same thing. If you see me come back, if I came back with the same load, it'd be the same thing. Seen Andrew again, same exact thing. Getting that Veeder-Root, nothing changes. No shortcuts. I remember when I got into fuel, my dad, he gave me some advice. I was telling him how good it was. Going from refrigerated LTL, being home every day, consistent schedule, good money. He said, son, he said, no shortcuts. Or actually he said, he said, it sounds like you got something good. He said, take care of it, no shortcuts. That been in my head. I got a buddy, he was delivering to night transportation, and it's a pump op job. And he ran in, he hooked everything up, started unloading. And if you know anything about pumps, a lot of them, they got crossover pipes that go from either the pumps on the passenger side, but there's a crossover pipe that it connects both sides. So you could pump over to the driver's side, passenger side. And he started unloading. He ran to get that Veeder. Doesn't even know if it's gonna fit yet. And he ran in to get that Veeder-Root. And when he came back, the cap on the passenger side and the valve were open. It literally blew out. And there's a field next door. Shortcut. I thought about that too. I was like, oh man, that'll save some time. You know, you get these ideas how I could save time. Not that way. Not that way. Because that tank, who knows? Somebody could have just delivered, could have got double dispatch. That tank could have been at 90%, even fuller. Somebody may have really topped it off. And it's not worth it. That time, you would regret that. If you literally lost everything you worked for, and it's just not worth it. You know, stuff like that. No shortcut. Do it right. I'm gonna start crossing over. I gotta cross over in this left lane, so I'm gonna block everything right now. We're in Chandler, so this is the 10 right here, running this direction. We're gonna go 10 east, hop on that 202, and reconnect over there to Van Buren. You grinded the gear, rookie. I think something's wrong with this transmission. I know it's getting old, because I really rookied it there. I'm gonna leave that in there too. I'm gonna leave that in the video. But ninth and sixth gear, sometimes it'll pop out. And I'm like, this thing doesn't have synchros. Something's wrong with it. Because on a car, when it pops out, you need synchros. You need some stuff. Some stuff's going on. Make sure nobody's trying to squeeze in. Big thing, man, when you're driving one of these, leave space. If they got a camera in that truck, most likely that camera is set up for distance. And what it's usually set at 4 seconds. So if it's 4 seconds, you just got to get a fixed object and count how long it takes you to get there. So just say that sign, not this one, the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that truck just passed that 50-mile-per-hour sign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're way out there. 4 seconds. That's what you want. Somebody cuts in front of you. There's always an argument. People, they cut in front of you, and there's nothing you can do. Yeah, you're supposed to slow down, and the camera will detect that you didn't slow down because it'll start counting on its own how long you reacted to it. So you want to start slowing down, because when you start slowing down, the camera does not set that timer. It won't set that timer. It won't ding you for following distance because you're making the gap. Like even this, see that car? I'm making the distance. Making the distance. Camera won't ding it. Because we had cameras. We had speed gauge, all that stuff. They watch everything. The speed gauge is when they watch your speeds like 5 miles per hour over, then it'll ding you. But where they really got us was transitions. 55 to 45, 65, 55, 65 to 45. There are some of those out here. It's insane. Like, that's a drop. And same thing as the police. They do the same thing. That's a speed trap. You cross that line, you're speeding. All right, guys, that's enough jabbering. If you guys have any suggestions of videos, or hopefully you guys made it through and learned something. I didn't just jabber the whole time, but hope you guys like this video, man. Appreciate you guys watching, and you guys be safe. God bless you. All right, bye.